I'm so glad Christmas is over. Hi, I'm Vicky from Era Miniatures, and I know that sounds terrible, but during Christmas time we are so busy I barely have time to work on my dollhouse, and it has been sitting here staring at me in my living room, and I am so excited to get back to it, and I'm sure you guys are excited to see some progress as well. I know it's been a long time since I've made a long video, and some people were requesting one, so I really didn't have much to talk about, and that's why I haven't made one. But I did go through and figure out what all I bought in December and November, and I kind of gathered it up to show you, and it's not much, but at least I have something to show you. And we're also going to be talking about some of the upcoming miniature shows. Also, I know you guys are excited for me to start working on my latest dollhouse purchase, which is the Duracraft. I believe it's called the Southern Mansion. But I am going to try to finish my Victoria's farmhouse first because it's just easier and it's further along. And I still wanted to do a little bit more research before I start cleaning up that other dollhouse so that I don't ruin it, because a lot of it is already finished wood and things like that. So I am going to be finishing my Victoria's farmhouse hopefully in the next couple weeks. I'm pretty slow at doing all of this because I'm still new, so don't expect anything crazy here. So the next few miniature shows that I know about are one is in Las Vegas, February 21st and 22nd. And the other show that I was looking at is in Seattle, and that one is March 7th. If you know of any other shows that are happening in the near future, please let me know. That way I can post it to the channel. Also, of course, the Tom Bishop show in Chicago. That's pretty much the biggest show of the year that I'm aware of, that's in the United States at least. And I definitely plan on attending that one. That is April 16th and 17th, I believe, this year. So that is a must, I believe, for everybody if you are into going to the shows. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to talk about is some of the upcoming scenes that I'm working on. My very next scene that I'm going to be posting is a miniature version of my own craft room. Now, I started out in a small art studio in my basement, and quickly the miniature stuff kind of outgrew that space. And so right now I'm in my living room, and if you can see behind me, I have all of these cases full of dollhouse furniture, and I have all the little stuff in drawers and everything. And it's somewhat organized, but it does get kind of messy in here especially when I'm changing out scenes and things. But I'm really excited to tell you I'm going to be moving upstairs, and we are going to be converting our guest room into a dollhouse room for me. It's not a large room by any means, but at least it'll get some of this stuff organized in a better way. And I don't know about you, but sitting on my knees for a long period of time is not very comfortable. And that's basically what I have to do working on the floor in here. So I'm really excited to show you that. And when we start the construction of that, I will be posting that as well. The last scene that I just posted, also, side note, is probably my favorite scene that I've ever done. So please go check that out if you haven't seen it yet and tell me what you think. Okay, so I guess it's time to get to the fun part. I've been trying to save money, especially around Christmas time, so I've not been shopping that much. And one of my New Year's resolutions also was to put my phone down and actually work on stuff. And I have, countless kits to be working on and things like that. So I don't need to be shopping. I can easily entertain myself with building things. And so that's what I'm trying to do this year. So this is not a large haul. Like I said, I pulled some stuff from that I bought in November, all the stuff I bought in December, and even one or two things that I bought in January as well. So here is the haul. Okay, we're going to start with the antique store. My family went antiquing during the Christmas holiday together, and I found a few things at an antique store, and they're nothing like crazy. And I couldn't remember what the other things were, but these two dolls I really like. This doll, I thought she had a tag on her, but maybe not. Oh, here it is. This doll is Lindsay Touring. I don't know if that's any significance. She's slightly larger than a 1/12 scale, but I just loved the way she looked, so I brought her home. I just like her face. Just slightly larger than a 1/12 scale. And this doll as well, but look, her eyes open and close. So I just had to bring her home, and they were only a couple dollars each, so That's why I said I'm not like a huge doll collector, but I really liked those. Also, I got a few things from Michael's, which I know there was some other things as well, some furniture, but I couldn't remember which ones I just recently acquired, so I did not pull those out. And then these are from the newest, the spring miniatures, so the seasonal miniatures that they have. My Michael's does not carry regular miniatures anymore, so I have to go to the next store away, which is about 30 minutes away from me, to get any furniture. But they do still have the seasonal ones, which I really like. And in December, I got these. Just a little castle. Honestly, I don't even know why I would use that castle, but it was really cheap because it was on sale. But these I thought were adorable. Little gingerbread houses. So I thought that was totally worth it. And then these are also part of the spring collection. I got two of them because they look like something that would go on either side of a door. But they look like little Greek kind of things, which I don't really do like a Greek collection, but I suppose I could. And then I have some items from Temu. So I love this. These were very cheap and I was not expecting much, but they are so cute. They look like little gold treasures, like something you would find in a castle. Like, I don't even know. Absolutely adorable. Some of them are like meant to be stands. I think you would maybe put something cute on top of it. This might be like a box. I'm not sure. Like a bowl, you could put something in there. This is like a little bowl or container you could fill. Just adorable. There's a couple of them are actually like a little vase. But yeah, for the most part, these are really cute, really nice scale to have on your shelves because sometimes it's hard to find fillers for your shelves. This is also from Temu and I really like these. I feel like they need to be painted. So they're containers with a carousel kind of a theme. And then the lids come off. The lids don't fit in there super good, but that's because of, you know, the design or whatever. It's supposed to be like that. But I think I'm going to paint these. I kind of like them not painted as well, but I feel like they need to be painted. That made more sense. This is also something from Temu. It is a security camera. I got two of them. They were super cheap. I'm going to do a little bit of that dimensional magic on the camera end of it, and it's going to make it look like more of a lens. So I think that'll be cool. And then I also got these little knitted hats. They looked like they would be the right size, but when I put them on my 1/12 doll, they are a slight bit large. So if you are buying these, just a heads up. Here's a few silly ones. We went on vacation to Florida this year to see some family, and we went to Disney and Universal one day at each, and I found these at a bookstore. And I know you guys have seen these type of animals before. They're at every like toy store and everything, but I just thought they were really cute and they just reminded me of Florida, so I got them in Florida. Don't ask me what scene I'm going to use those in, but you know. Okay, so now is the good stuff, okay? All right, so this is my first thing. I was looking for a modern fireplace, and I saw this, and I thought it had like a glass on the front of it, and it doesn't, and I don't think I could even add it because here is the switch for it, so you know, it would kind of be in the way. But this is really nice to be able to stick into a fireplace if there's no way to get the wired one in there without showing all the wires and everything like that. This is a little telephone chair. I don't remember. I think I got this from eBay. I was trying to buy a telephone chair before, and the lady ended up sending me a couch instead. And so I sent it back, and I haven't seen another telephone chair recently, and then I finally saw this one. It's a little fancier than the one I remember my grandma having, but I just thought that was really cute though. And then here is another. I know I have a lot of vanities, but I really like vanities. I really like desks, stuff like that. And this one was a little bit unique. I really like it. And also I keep finding stuff that's such a good price that it's just hard to pass up. I don't remember if this was one of those things. I think it was, though. It's still taped in the back because I just got this one a couple days ago. But look how cute that is. So, oops. Yeah, don't do that. So yeah, absolutely love that. This is another thing that I have been looking for and have been having a hard time finding a really nice, delicate, thin You know, I've seen these before, but they're always very thick and the scale just seems to be off. And this one actually seems like the scale is right. It has some nice gold detail around the mirror. So, and also some little, I don't know what you call these things, but little details on the side here. But this is really nice. And I've been looking for something like this. So I was really excited to find this one. And I can go on like a dresser or something. Okay. Oop, forgot about this guy. So I was really looking for more of a toddler for my Victorian scenes, but this baby will do. It's a hiatus brand, and she's very cute, very beautiful. And I think I'm making a Victorian nursery, so I think this will go really nicely for the Victorian nursery because she just is really dressed up. Okay, here are some of my favorites. Okay, number one, if you watch my scenes, you've probably seen this one. I just used this in a scene, and this is a like 1950s Marx dollhouse, like a tin litho dollhouse. My mom had a similar one growing up. The windows look like they open. I haven't messed with them. I don't think they actually open, but it is just the spitting image. Don't remember who makes this, but if I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen. So if you want one, I would go grab one real quick because that is really, really cool. Here's another thing that I found that is so cool. It's one of these little cash registers, like the Fisher Price cash register. But it's so cool because it opens up and there's actual coins in there, and you can put them in there and then they fall down into the tray below. Like it just looks like the whole thing works. Like I don't want to press on these because those don't work, but they look like they do, and it is just crazy. I mean, this has to be 3D printed. Obviously, you know, with the 3D printing, it's opened up so much, you know, options for miniatures, and this is just one of them. And I just adore this little thing. Okay, so this is something I've been wanting for a while. I hardly ever see these for sale, and when I do, a lot of times it'll be an auction, and they'll go really, really high, and it's just way over my budget. And I just happened to find these. They were not an auction price for the set. I feel like I got a really good deal because I've seen these go for like 120 before. But they just look how detailed this is. So beautiful. They look exactly like the washer and dryer we had growing up, you know? Absolutely love those. So I'm really excited to do a scene with those. These are both from the same seller, and you might not recognize what this is, but if you have heard of, you know, colonial history and stuff, this is a colonial alarm clock. Basically, they would take a candle, put it on a tin candle holder, and then put nails inside the candle, and then the candle, you know, burns down as they're sleeping, and as it gets to that time that they want to wake up, it drops the nail into the tin plate and it wakes them up. So that is just such a cute little detail. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to get this close so you can see the nails, but it's just such a cute little detail. And this seller is just has amazed me time and time again. I've seen so many things on her page, or his or her page, that I want because the level of detail is just insane. So that's one thing. This is probably my number one favorite miniature that I've bought in the past, I don't know, couple months at least. But if somebody asks me what's your favorite miniature, it's this one. This is a little gold serving platter. The little trays are removable. Obviously the food, you can see it's about to fall out of here. It's removable as well. So you can see that. Oops, there goes some nuts. But it's got chocolate, strawberries, nuts. Like this is, I have no words. It is so cute, so detailed. I can't get it any closer to see the detail. I guess this is about as close as we're going to get, but it is just beautiful. This is the type of stuff I like to have in my own house. So absolutely love that. Okay. And last but not least, if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I absolutely love Braxton Payne fireplaces. And I actually have found two more that I had to get. They were both very different than the one that I already have, which is the colonial style. This is just like a classic brick to the ceiling. I think this thing is 12 inches high. Look at all the detail, all the soot in the fireplace. Like, this thing is just incredible. I was able to use this in a scene recently, so it's the New Year's party scene, and I absolutely love this. I think it's going to be really nice in a bunch of different scenes, but that was one of the things I had to have because you can't just let these go. They don't come around very often. Usually they're one of just a few that are made, and I absolutely love these. So thank you for hanging out with me and checking out my haul from December, November, and January. See you in the next one.